Hello from Wroxham, a part of Wroxham I've never been to before. I'm here visiting David and Vicky, as I always do when they're on holiday. We're about to go out on the day boat, so if you'd like to join us, hop in and we'll go off to investigate. The amount of properties that are in Wroxham is just phenomenal. And just when you think you know all the areas, like today I found somewhere else. In fact, initially I went down the wrong road and I had to gingerly turn around, ring David and Vicky and say, "Help, I'm lost, come and find me," which of course David did instantly. So let's just have a wonderful trip along the river and look at all the wonderful properties. You can see where there's been flooding, an awful lot of flooding. The front gardens are just mud. So let's go and have a look. There are several fishermen all along this stretch of the river, and on the way back, do actually see somebody who's just caught pike. It's a beautiful sunny day, a bit chilly, but nothing you can't cope with. But where it's so bright, the sunshine, I've had to alter the brightness, like on these ones, otherwise it would just be black silhouettes. So the colours do look a bit strange, but just bear in mind it's due to the sun. So we're just entering Wroxham Broad now. There are properties in here as well. It's quite windy in Wroxham Broad and I'm in a boat, so keeping my camera steady is rather tricky. As you can see by the waves hitting the side, just how windy it is. During the war, old wherries and houseboats were moored across the water here on Wroxham Broad to prevent seaplanes from landing. We're now at Salhouse Broad. You may remember I visited here around last October, November time. I'll include the link for that video at the end of this one. The Broad is 32 acres, and today, other than a couple of canoes and fishing boats, we're the only day boat visiting. The Broad was created by medieval sand and gravel digging, unlike the other Broads which were created by peat digging. We're about to see the pike that I mentioned at the beginning. You can see how much the water's dropped, but look how at one time that would have been going over the top and it's all flooded. Still some flooding there in places. Look at the amount of magnolia buds on that tree that are just going to come out into flower any day now. There are photos online of the flooding going right up to the balcony of that property. And there's no grass now, it's just mud. The Hotel Wroxham where I stayed in January, my room was the one directly above where the beige canopy's hanging down. This is where we turn round just in front of Wroxham Bridge, and we're going to be heading back to their holiday property now. If you've enjoyed this trip along the river in the day boat, please could you give this video a like. You can share it should you wish to do so to your social media platforms. And if you haven't already subscribed to me, perhaps you'd like to do that too. A huge thank you to David and Vicky for inviting me over and the wonderful trip up the river. It's always lovely to see you both. Usually when I show you the photos at the end of my video, it's because, I am coming to the end. But after them today is more video footage, so perhaps watch that as well if you'd like to see places in Wroxham you haven't seen before, just as I hadn't. I'm going to quickly show you the footage of how I got lost, the turning I should have taken and the one I took instead. I should have turned off right here, but I thought I had to follow this road round, which is what I did. Is the footage I've speeded up along here, not me speeding in the car. Now you can see exactly what I mean about finding places I just never knew existed. All these properties down here. Amazing. Just to make absolutely clear again, this is all speeded up footage. It's at this point when I can't find the property name, I realise that this isn't the right road. So I turn around and come back down here to have another look, in case I've missed the property. Go back out, and that's when I then ring them and say, where are you? I didn't film the correct road once I was on that, but there's probably double the amount of properties along that road than there are over here. All these different places. It just blows my mind that I've lived here all this time, never knew here existed. David and Vicky have been holidaying every year on the Norfolk Broads for the last 50 years. So most of the new places I find have been through them. They know all the old boatyards. They know so much information about the Broads. They're fascinating to chat with and listen to. Thank you both so much. I'll see you again soon. And of course, thank you to all of you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'll be back again later in the week with the news video for you. Take care. Bye for now.